girl I lost me. I run me up through them see a bag of luxury. Trust me, yeah, and a man bust me. Me bust myself now the industry. Trust me, now girl I lost me. I run me up through them see a bag of luxury. Before you chew on me name like bubble gum. Think about how much time me send them to and them turn it down. That type of thing that make a man feel troublesome. You lucky some me never roll up on you with the double. In and I run around. Go I drop the gun, I go and take bullet pen like 50 a brand new gun I come. A long time me know my act like the summer. Eat for me thing like me sing. So I can roll it down. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now go outside, go view some of this. And man, I have to go take in some of this outside, people. It's official. Jamaica get a partial view. So I'm going to see what I can pick up from my shades and my papers. I have my little gears ready. Man, we are taking it in, man. We are taking in the whole, you know. We want to see what's going around the world, man. Yeah, I say. People might camp outside to watch this thing, you know. Countdown.
Hello and welcome back here in Mesquite, Texas. Joining me now to dive into Solar Eclipse 101 is Leslie Barnhill, science educator at the Mesquite Planetarium. Welcome, Leslie.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Nice to have you. So tell us first, you know, about the 4 phases of the eclipse. What are people looking forward to? What can they pay attention to?
Okay, well, there are 4 to 5 phases of the eclipse. We actually call them contacts. The first contact is when the moon comes in contact with the sun. That's when you start to see the moon's black disk come in front of the sun. And it's actually happening right now here in Mesquite. The second contact, or the second phase, is right before totality. And that's when the moon is almost completely in front of the sun. And you can see some really fantastic things like Bailey's beads, which are little beads of light coming from outside of the moon, as well as a diamond ring. And these are all little pieces of light that are coming from the sun through the moon's uneven surface with all the craters. So wherever the sun's coming in, we've got craters on the moon, and they are creating these beads or this diamond. And that happens right during second contact. Then is totality, when it's completely dark, hopefully, if skies are clear, and that here is going to last a little bit over 4 minutes. And then our third contact is when it's similar to the second contact. It's when the moon starts to move away from the sun, and you may have the opportunity to see those Bailey's beads and that diamond ring. And then finally, the last 4th contact is when the moon is completely away from the sun, and it's over.
It's over. And we're expecting that to be about 3 hours total for most places, right?
Correct, yes. And we've got some clear skies, and we've already seen first contact, so I'm fingers crossed.
For those in the path of totality where there's a break in cloud cover or are lucky enough to have clearer skies, what can they expect of their experience?
In totality, if we have completely clear skies, we can see some amazing things. First of all, the whole sky is going to darken to not just cloud cover, but completely night. With a cool thing that I have yet to see is a 360-degree sunset. So where usually we see a sunset on one side of the earth when the sun goes down, since the eclipse happens, we should see a sunset around the whole horizon wherever you're at. That's if clear skies skies. If we do have clear skies, we should be able to see some of the sun's corona, which is the atmosphere around the sun, and that's right at totality. We should be able to see 2 of the 7 other planets in the sky. Most of the planets will be out, but 2 should be visible, and that's going to be Jupiter, that's going to be to the left of the solar eclipse, and then Venus, which is going to be to the right of the solar eclipse. Also, we should be able to see the comet. Well, if you have magnified view, filtered view, like binoculars with a proper filter on it, you'll see a comet that's going to be close to. We should be able to see the comet. Well, if you have magnified view, filtered view, like binoculars with a proper filter on it, you'll see a comet that's going to be close to Jupiter. It's called 12P, and some people are calling it the Devil's Comet or the Mother of Dragons. It's exciting. And then also there's some stars and some constellations that clear skies you might be able to see. The Orion, main stars, Betelgeuse, and Rigel. You might be able to see Aldebaran, which is part of the Taurus constellation, as well as Capella, which is part of the Auriga constellation, which is the goat herder, which I think is kind of cool.
Oh my God, that's phenomenal. I feel like you'd be really lucky if you were stood next to an amateur, astronomer or any educator near you. So if you're in a place where you're watching with a watch party, go find the scientists in the space, the educators. They've got a lot to share. Now, I know that there's a lot of scientific words being thrown around. Can you just share what is the difference between what is called the penumbra and the umbra? Okay, the penumbra and the umbra, they are different parts of a shadow. And since the solar eclipse is dealing with 3 spheres, you got the sun, the moon, and the earth. All of them are rotating. All of them are orbiting. We're pretty much primarily looking at the moon and the sun orbiting. The shadow cast, the darkest shadow cast is a little bit more diffused. We got a little bit of light, but it is still a dark shadow, and that'll give you a partial solar eclipse. What's cool about this, a total solar eclipse, is the umbra has to actually, the tip of the shadow has to hit the earth, and that usually only happens when the moon is close enough to the earth, because the moon's orbit is not a complete circle. Sometimes it's a little bit closer to it, sometimes a little bit further. So that's why we're going to see a total solar eclipse, and it's going to be longer. So I've also heard that because the moon is closer, is it because it's closer to the planet or further away from it, that we're getting a longer time of totality than in 2017?
Yes, it's because it's a little bit closer to it. It's in its perigee, which means it's closer. Its apogee means it's closer to have our path wider and giving us longer.
And now, any last word about safety? Because I know everyone's been talking about how important safety when viewing the eclipses, not just during totality, but especially wherever you are, where you're seeing partial eclipses. So, any words?
Yes, please, please, please wear your glasses when it is not a total solar eclipse. I tend to be on the safe side just because I have some older eyes and I want to save my eyes.
You have the option,
potential to have temporary or permanent blindness if you stare at the sun, even during the partial part of the eclipse.
You hear that?
And it could cause things like blindness, it could cause things like distorted view.
You hear that? Distorted view and blindness and things. Notice me have my shades on while I'm out there. But you see the way the Almighty working in Jamaica? People can't tell me say the Almighty God not love Jamaica, people. When I say Jah love Jamaica, I say not even the sun Jah exposed to it right now. The cloud cover the sun totally right now. We cannot see anything as far as the sun. If I eclipse out right now, we can't see the partial or nothing. Look at this big dark cloud that cover it. Look. Tell me that's not the works of the Most High. Tell me that's not the creator works that go on. Where Jah just say, you know what? In order to protect you, I don't even need no glasses because I now make you see it. I go and cover it up and watch the cloud. Look on the cloud that cover it. Just look how it look. You can't tell me the Almighty creator now work, brother, in this world, brother. Just true people blind to enough things. People not see certain little things. There's small things, people. Some little small things. Until you miss the little small things, that's why enough people don't understand the works of the creator. Because the nasty say, yo, Jah take care of we in a ways where we can't imagine, nor see, nor understand. See me I say, so why would they have think say, we are lose or we are miss out on something? Whole time we are get taken care of by the great Almighty creator. That me I try to show the people. Right now I can't see no sun. It's like the biggest cloud I see in the last couple of days or weeks. I cover up the sun right now. Remember me tell you that.
or even color
Jano,
changes.
yeah?
If you have any of those during this
Jano.
eclipse, please go see your eye doctor because it's very important. You can take your glasses off during totality, but I kind of err on the side of caution. Wait until it is completely totality. If you're in the path of totality, you know the time. So go by your watch, wait a couple of seconds after it starts,
telling the
and
people,
plenty of
outside
seconds
a while
before,
ago,
put your
I'm not a
glasses back
Ross.
on so you don't run that risk.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
Leslie.
you, Kyle. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so I'm big old cloud.
All right, folks,
Cover that up.
There, we've got some. We have a lot of people already looking up at the eclipse because the sun is peeking out. Seriously, the weather here is just changing moment by moment, so we really don't know what's going to happen next. There's a lot of things to look forward to, but especially right now on Mazatlan, they're really closing in on the moment of totality. And you know what? It's the very first spot on North America, on the continent, where the umbra, the moon shadow, is touching down. So we want to give you a special chance to take a look at it. Just listen to the experience of.
So I'm at the party vibing with a 10. At least I hope it's a 10. But I'm not sure because my...
The loot, you understand that? And it's going to be like a video game that you've been playing. You're going to have to go loot here, loot there. Everybody going to look like a fucking enemy. It's going to be to the point where people just going to be start knocking people left and right. They can't trust shit. It's going to be some shady times, man. So y'all better stay woke, man. It's a lot to come. You think shit fucked up now. You ain't saying nothing yet. Just wait. If you don't get right soon, bam, it's a wrap. He coming sooner or later. A lot of y'all ain't gonna make it to see him, but shit, if you check out and didn't get right before then, you just didn't get right. He warned you long enough. He gave you too many chances. You just thought life was sweet. So, it's time. You gotta listen sometimes, man. I take heed to warnings, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a line of job where I get threatened a lot on the internet.
Alright, I'm gonna do people.
I know a lot of it.
I'm gonna go live myself and show you what I go on in Jamaica. Check out and check in back with me in a second. I'm gonna show you what really I go on. I'm going to stop the live.